built me palaces out of hourglass. You built cathedrals. I'm rereading the letters you wrote me. I'm searching and scanning for answers in every line. For some kind of sign when you were mine. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell, this is going to be an Alice Through the Looking Glass makeup tutorial. I'm also using this as an opportunity to mess around with some new special effects products that I got. So first I'm going in like I normally do with my foundation. As always, this is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in 112. I tried a brush for the first time today. I'm not really sure how I like that application, but I figured I would give it a try. So then I'm taking an e.l.f. highlight. This is from one of those squeezy tubes. I think this is the color Spotlight, and I put way too much of that on one side and started to even that out. But it gives a really pretty sheen to my cheekbones, which I really like. I thought it would be a lot glitterier than I thought, but it turned out pretty nice. Then I'm taking my face powder, the Nyx HD Finishing Powder in translucent, and setting my entire face, especially the highlight, because it is kind of a sticky texture, and if I don't set it down, it'll probably move when I put on blush and everything else. Then I cut out the part where I did my eyebrows and concealer under my eyes, but I used the same products I normally do. The NYX eyebrow pencil in Taupe and the Maybelline dark circle eraser. So I used the Tinsel eyeshadow from Colourpop, and then I went in with Flower Show, which is one of their new summer shades, and I used that to buff into my lash line and then blend it into the outer corner of my eyes. Then I took my e.l.f. Expert Liner and just did a very thin line on the top of my lashes. I went in with false lashes after this, so I wasn't really too worried about how neat this looked. Then I took my Bella White eyeshadow from Milani and cleaned up the crease a little bit. Then using that brown shade from the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette, I used that to blend a little bit into the crease just to make it a little bit darker. And then I took a blending brush from Wet n Wild and just buffed all that together. So that's how the eyeshadow looks as of now. I wasn't too worried about the shadow getting over the liner since the lashes are going to go there. Then I'm taking a blush. This is one of the new ones from Wet n Wild, and it is very pigmented. I wanted it to be this way, mostly because I was kind of going for the fairy tale Alice version. And then I took my NYX blush in Taupe and used that to contour. Then I took a little more of that color in Tinsel and just brightened that inner corner up a little bit more. Then I'm lining my lips with the Jordana lip liner in Rockin' Rose.
running it over my split lip, which hurt a lot. So I went in with the Colourpop shade in 52. It's a pearlized finish. And it was a little deeper than I thought it would be. So after that, I went in with Be Merry, also from Colourpop. But that one is a matte finish. And I'll have a split lip tutorial coming very soon. It's called Have Your Dog Headbutt Your Face. Yep, so that's how it looked before, and once I added Be Merry just to the center and I blended it all in, it was almost the perfect color I was looking for. I took a little bit of that e.l.f. highlight just in the center and blended that in as well to lighten that up even more. And that is the finished beauty look. And now we can get to the fun part. Now on to the special effects. I didn't read the instructions, so I really have no one to blame for this but myself. So I'm taking a clean sponge with part A, putting that onto a palette, then going in with a new sponge and part B, placing that on the palette, both separate from each other. Then I'm taking my foundation, adding that into just the part B and mixing that together first. You don't want A or B to touch until you're ready to work with it. Then once that was completely mixed, I took a spatula and blended A into B, and once they were completely mixed, I can start working with it as cuts. So I shaped the cuts using the spatula itself, and this was supposed to set within 5 minutes, it said, which I didn't anticipate anyway. I thought it was going to take more like half an hour. But after about 40 minutes, it still hadn't dried. So for this, I probably would have rather gone in with my liquid latex, since I've worked with it before and I know it a little bit better. So I just went around my face randomly, creating the cut shapes and then using the spatula to blend out the sides into my actual skin. I also put one way too high up on my neck, so every time I moved, my neck would stick to itself. So those are the cuts. I attempted to powder them, which flattened down the silicone, made it very sticky and hard to work with after. But for this tutorial, I just went ahead and left it like that. It was already 1:30 when I was finishing this up, so by then I didn't really care. I then took my NYX, I think this is their Prismatic Shadows. This is the black, obviously, and I'm using that to just dot in where I want the cuts to feel the most depth. Then I went in with the hot blue shade from the Prismatic eyeshadows and started to just add the discoloration. I then did the same with a yellow shadow and used that to give the skin more of an uneven appearance. And that is the finished paint job. I added a little bit of red to each of the cuts as irritation and then emphasized my split lip. Using eyelash glue, I stuck on, very dangerously might I add, pieces of mirror to each of those cuts. And that is the final glue job. Then I lost my mind and went completely overboard with fake blood. This is why you don't do special effects looks at the early hours of the morning. That one piece of mirror just wouldn't stay behind the silicone since it didn't dry completely, so I kind of tried to use the fake blood as a bit of glue and just form it around my forehead. So I'm not completely happy with how this turned out. I do like the neck cuts way better than the ones on my face, but that was all a matter of me fighting with heavy pieces of mirror and silicone that wasn't dry. And there's a cute piece of fake flesh. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts below and leave me a comment and like this video if you liked it. Bye.